I am done. It felt like it took me a long time. Actually, I think it took me a week to get through this book. Right. I don't know. Maybe it wasn't a week. I don't know. It was, I don't know, 4, 5, 6 days anyways. And the only reason why I got through it that fast is because I've been sick. Man, I had a sore throat. It was wicked. Crazy wicked. Anyways, I have amoxicillin, and it took a long time to kick in and take effect. I swear. I actually doubled them up because I was on them 2 or 3 days, and my throat was still hurting so bad I couldn't stand it. So, what can I say about this? Could have been shorter, yes. But was it good? Yes. Did it kind of sort of drag in spots? Yes. But I found that everything that I read was worth it. I think I'm trying to think of it. There wasn't a lot of that, where they sit there and they go over things and that you already know. I don't think there was a lot of that. It didn't seem like it to me. So everything that was read was, sort of fresh and new. And the story kept moving along. It still dragged a little bit, but it was still interesting. They did some flashbacks of Holland's life. And that was getting pretty boring to me, finding out about his life when he was younger. They break it up into sections, so it's not all at once, but I'm kind of like, okay, yeah, okay. And I know it was to kind of get to know what Holland was like and why he was like he is, why he became evil. And anyways, just when I was really starting to get bored with those parts of them explaining Holland's life, and I was actually going to start sort of like really skimming, I came to the last, I didn't know at that time it was the last, but it was actually the last part of them explaining his life, and that was actually worth reading and sticking to because it did the most explaining. Well, I don't know. Anyways, it was interesting, the last part. So when you come to the parts about Holland's life, it does seem a little bit slow, but stick to it. Because it does explain a lot. At the end of the story, I don't want to give away spoilers, but well, you know that the evil is going to be overcome, right? Good versus evil. But the evil isn't killed off. So this kind of means that evil is still there, even though it's entrapped. But that means it still exists, which could leave you wide open for a whole nother story. Because even if it was a story 100 years into the future, or 50 years or whatever, that this evil that is locked away is found and released, because it's going to happen sooner or later. Sooner or later, the spot where it's been hidden is going to be dug up or something, right? And in the end, the main characters, Cal and Lila, sail off into the horizon for adventures. Okay, that just opens up a whole whack of everything that could happen, right? Because they're going off on a ship adventuring. So, yeah, that would actually be interesting. This is how them find new lands and meet new people and new races and new nationalities and new continents and new countries and new people and the adventures they would go through. That would be kind of cool. And I think it'd be really funny if, not right away, obviously, but in And even like a further book down the line, if Lila got pregnant, because I was thinking she's very, well, she's like a pirate. She's a thief. She's a pirate. She's covered in knives and she has magic and she would really have to not necessarily settle down, but she'd have to start taking some responsibilities and like being a ship's captain or a pirate or the best thief there ever was or trying to be a good magician. She really works at these things, right? And but she'd have to kind of slow down to be a mom and go, 9 months of pregnancy, I'm a pirate. 9 months of pregnancy, I'm the best thief there's ever been, you know. But she does mature somewhat during this book. She's not quite as headstrong, running into everything, you know, crazy as the other book, which drove me nuts because it was things that she did was stupid. It was very dangerous, and she put herself and everybody else in danger because she just was like, hey, I got magic, whoosh, I'm just going to use it. And of course there's always, you know, repercussions. You know, you pay to use magic. You know, I don't know, I might have, but I can't think of a book offhand I've read where there isn't some sort of payment for using magic. It drains you, it tires you out, or something. The lady they meet on the floating, well, it's kind of like a boat, ship, but anyways, it's a black market. I really liked that. That was interesting. I was like, wow, you know, who wouldn't love to go through that ship and see everything that she's found on the black market? And there's a map. I can't remember what the map is called, but there's a map that only is it Antari? Oh, geez, I'd have to look back and see. But only the magicians or mages can see. Pirates. And, yeah, pirate captains. So there's islands and this floating black market that nobody knows where it is or where it's ever going to be unless you have one of these special maps, which I'm sorry, I can't remember what the map's called. And I used to take notes when I read my books, and I haven't had the patience for it. I've just been kind of wanting to read, and I find it a real pain to take notes because, actually, I did start to take notes on this one. I think they're downstairs. But anyways, because notes, I have to stop. And once I get involved in the book, I don't want to stop because I'm into the book and I don't want to stop reading the book. But it is quite long. It is, yeah. It is a long book. So, the balance of power has finally tipped. The precarious equilibrium among the four Londons has reached its breaking point. Once brimming with the red... Hang on. Kel and Tari. Yes. Oh, that reminds me. And I did write it down. At the end, Anosh. A-N-O-S-H-E. I think it's Anosh. Anosh? I wonder if the E makes O long. Anosh. I like Anosh. I like Anosh better. There. See? Can you see it? There. Yeah. I don't know. That looks fuzzy. Is it fuzzy? Maybe it's too dark in here. Shoot. I would have to find it again. I looked it up on the internet and I have it in my phone. I should add it if I remember. But I'd have to use the video maker to add it. But it's a form of saying, see you later. Until tomorrow? No, I can't find, actually, I think I wrote it down someplace. Oh, I don't like how they ended Holland's story. I kind of understand, but I still don't like how, I don't have my reading glasses on. These are bifocals, but they're not as strong as my reading glasses. I can't find it anyways, but I still don't like how they ended Holland's story. And Cal left something for Holland. That's what bugs me too. So, when Cal left Holland, I'm not going to explain anymore. Cal leaves something for Holland for him to find. Now, because of what happens to Holland, Holland won't get that. That means it's going to lay there. And I thought that kind of opens up another story too. Because someone else will find it. And I can't find what this word. I'm going to have to actually stop and look, which really bums me out. Oh, Alucard. Alucard and rye. Well, that was surprising. That kind of, when you read about a character and you get into a character and you get to know a character, you get this feeling for them, you get this image, you get this feeling, right? You get this feeling in your chest, in your mind, this picture, this whatever. Their characteristics. Okay, well, yeah. When the surprise comes along, kind of have to I had to rewind, back up to add this surprise and a rye and Alucard and kind of, because it is a difference, you know. Sorry, my throat's scratchy. It is a difference. It's a difference, and I have to kind of add it to the personality. Anash. Aha. Until another day. Ooh, I like that. Anash. Until another day. I'll never remember it, though. I can't remember anything. Anash was a word for strangers in the street and lovers between meetings, for parents and children, friends and family. It softened the blow of leaving, eased the strain of parting, a careful nod to the certainty of today, the mystery of tomorrow. When a friend left with little chance of seeing home, they said Anash. When a loved one was dying, they said Anash. When corpses were buried, bodies given back to the earth, and souls to the stream, those left grieving said Anash. Anash brought solace and hope and the strength to let go. I like that. When Cal and Lila had first parted ways, he'd whispered the word in her wake, beneath his breath, full of the certainty, the hope they'd meet again. He had known it wasn't an end, and this wasn't an end either, or if it was, then simply the end of a chapter, an interlude between two meetings, the beginning of something new. There's birds chirping in the background because I have the video on for the kitty cats. It's squirrels and chipmunks. They love it. Anyways, that's the end of this series. Yeah, it's good fantasy. It's a good fantasy. It has a ship called Ghost, and has the bad guy. Bad guy's always stronger. What's up with that? I'm running out of time.